Welcome back, dear students. In last lecture, we had seen the modern periodic law. Then we had seen the long form of periodic table. The modern periodic law, which is proposed by Henry Moseley, states that the chemical and physical properties of periodic functions of the chemical and physical properties are periodic functions of the atomic numbers of elements, and from that we have proposed a new, or we say it as modern periodic table, which constitutes 18 groups and 7 periods. This periodic table has been divided into 4 blocks also: S, P, D and F block. Then we had seen deeply long form of the periodic table in the last lecture. Today we will see the cause of periodicity in modern periodic table. The cause of periodic table is nothing but the repetition of the outer electronic configuration after regular intervals. This is the main reason of periodicity. As you can see that the electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. After that, the electronic configuration of lithium is 2s1. This sequence 1s1, 2s1, s1, s1, this sequence causes the periodicity. It means the repetition of properties due to similar electronic configuration. Similarly, when you go to second period, at that time you can see that beryllium and magnesium have both have same electronic configuration, valence electronic configuration, so that they show same properties. This electronic configuration is the reason behind the periodicity shown by the elements. Then you can see same trend in the D and F block also, and also in P block elements. Same trend you can see in case of nitrogen family. Nitrogen has P3 configuration, and also similarly phosphorus has P3 configuration, so that their properties are also nearly same, and this is the periodicity, or the electronic configuration is the cause of the periodicity. And hence from this is your sketch of periodic table. See here, the periodic table starts from hydrogen and ends at oganesson, There are 118 elements that exist in this universe, but out of these, the 4 elements are very unstable. They exist for microseconds and in nanograms, and these are quadrium, pentium, hexium. These, and lastly octium, that is oganesson. These elements exist just for few microseconds, so these are very rare elements. Then in this sketch you can see that the horizontal rows, there are 7 horizontal rows, and these are known as plates, while there are 18 vertical rows, and these are known as groups or you can say it as columns. The periodic table constitutes 18 groups from 1 to 18 and 7 groups from 1 to 7. The first group constitutes 7 elements, the second group constitutes 6 elements, and then you can see the D block constitutes, each group constitutes 4 elements. Okay, and the P block constitutes 6 elements each group, but the last group constitutes 7 elements. In this case, one helium element is shown in P block, that is just for sake of convenience, because the properties of the helium are mostly relevant to or mostly similar to that of other zero group elements. So instead of placing helium in S block, it is placed in the P block. After that, you can see that there are two series at the base or bottom of the periodic table, and these are lanthanide and actinide series, and we can see it as F block elements. Okay, actually the position of lanthanide and series actinide series is perpendicular to the periodic table, but for the sake of convenience, these are shown at the bottom. The first series is known as lanthanide series and the second series is known as actinide series, which constitutes 14 elements each. After looking into this sketch of the periodic table, you can see the next point is division of elements into S, P, D and F block elements, that is S, P, D and F blocks. Okay, see here, your periodic table has been initially classified or grouped into 18 groups, 1 to 18. Then that is also divided or grouped into 7 periods also. And now another classification or another type of division of this element is the SPD and F block element blocks. In this case, you can see that the first two groups are called S block elements, and these two groups, that is alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, first and second groups, are known as S block elements or S block. This is because the last electron of this atom enters into S orbital of the valence shell. So these are known as S block elements. Okay, then you can see that D block elements. The second is D block elements. In case of D block elements, the last electron enters into D subshell of the valence shell. Hence, these are known as D block elements. D block element constitutes 10 groups. D block constitutes 10 groups from 3 to 12. Okay, and these are the D block is placed at the center of the periodic table, while S block is placed at the extreme left hand side of the periodic table. The next is P block. In P block, there are 6 groups. The last electron enters into P subshell of the valence shell, so these are known as P block elements, and the P block is placed at extreme right hand side of the periodic table, as you can see here. Okay, then the next is F block elements. The F block elements have position perpendicular to the periodic table in between your group second and group fourth, but for the sake of convenience, we have drawn or we placed the F block elements at the bottom of the periodic table, as you can see in this picture. So in this manner, we have divided the periodic table into 4 blocks, that is S, P, D and F block. Generally S block is metallic in nature, or mostly elements of the S block are metals. The D block also have metals. The P block has metals, non-metals and metalloids, while F block are non-metals. F block elements are non-metals. Okay. The next point is characteristics of S block. Characteristics of S block. Now see, the S block elements, all the S block elements are metals. They have good conductivity, that is they are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are shiny and they lose valence electrons, and it could be 1 or 2. If the element is from group 1, then it loses 1 electron. If the element is from group 2, then it loses 2 electrons to form +1 and +2 oxidation state ions. They have a very high tendency to react with water to form oxides and lose the hydrogen gas. Then the S block elements are mostly stored in mineral oils to reduce the chance of unwanted oxidation reaction and explosion. Also, the S block elements are used in mostly fireworks. The colors which you see in fireworks is due to the presence of S block elements. Presence of S block elements. So these S block elements show characteristic Bunsen flame test. These S block elements show the flame test. So all these are the characteristics of the S block elements, you can see. And then the next is the characteristics of P block elements. In case of P block elements, as you can see, the P block varies from group 13 to group 18. Group 13 to group 18, it includes 6 groups. And this is the most variable block in the periodic table, because this block constitutes metals, non-metals and metalloids. All 3 type of elements are being seen in this block. So the valency of, or the oxidation state of these elements varies in this group, because the valence number of electrons present in the outermost shell varies, and its electronic configuration ranges from Ns to Np1 to 6. So see, in this P block elements, except fluorine and inert gases, P block elements show a number of oxidation states from +N to -N-8, where N is the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Then the P block elements generally show covalency, but higher members can show electrovalency. So the highly electronegative elements like halogens, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, etc. show electrovalency by accepting electrons and forming anions. Some of the elements show coordinate valency also. In the period from left to right, there is a regular increase in non-metallic character. However, non-metallic character decreases in the groups from top to bottom. It means the initial elements of group 13-14 are generally metallic. It means the metallic character decreases from left to right in the P block and increases from top to bottom. Okay, then also the ionization energies from left to right increases while the from top to bottom ionization energies decreases. In every period, the reducing nature decreases from left to right while oxidizing nature increases. The reducing nature increases in a group from top to bottom, and the halogens are most oxidizing agents. Most of the p block elements are electronegative in nature, and the electronegativity increases from left to right and decreases from top to bottom. So these all are the general characteristics of p block elements. Then the next is, most of the p block elements form acidic oxides. Most of the p block elements form acidic oxides, but p block elements also form neutral as well as amphoteric oxides also. Neutral as well as amphoteric oxides also. So although they form acidic oxides, these can also form neutral as well as amphoteric oxides. Then the next is, these do not show color flame test. Then the next is, a number of elements of p block series show the phenomenon of allotropy and the catenation. The two phenomena especially are to be shown by the p block elements, and these are allotropy and catenation. So after looking into the general characteristics of SPD and SP blocks and the division of the elements, today we will stop here and we will continue tomorrow. Thank you.